in all, with
Well, what happens right now is that I think what's really, really hot right now is the election. And
okay, and where I was going with politics is we talked about this the night before last. Uh, Donald Trump has been in the spotlight for well over 30 years, and
right,
he's never been accused of sexual harassment or anything like that
right,
until now.
right.
So,
Hmm.
a little sketchy,
Right. It's a
right?
little, a little suspicious, right? He's been in the not just the public life, but a millionaire, a guy with lots of money. You know that
Billion.
there are going to be there are going to be accusations of all sorts in your lifetime if you're in the spotlight and if you have beauty pageant shows especially. Uh,
And him being beauty pageant guy,
yeah,
never once been accused of sexual stuff
right.
until just recently. And now all the what there's 12 of them? Yeah, there is. There's 12
They just keep adding up.
girls.
Yeah, they keep adding up.
Yep. Same
Uh,
with Bill Cosby.
same.
And I'm sorry?
Who was that? Bill Cosby? Was there somebody else?
Yeah, Bill Cosby, he's being accused of all this sexual stuff, which he probably did. But he he tried to pull the race card, saying, "Oh, it's because I'm black." Well, turns out there's a couple of those girls that are black,
Right.
so
So I guess
that
he's.
goes into the dumpster.
I guess I remember Bill Cosby saying that it was not just the thing about the accusers, but that I think that somebody was behind it all, or something like that.
I think Bill Cosby was behind all of
Oh,
them.
all right, that's pretty neat. Okay. All right. A shout out to Bill Cosby. What a great show you created. It's too bad. Too bad during your
I
last
like.
years. Well, this is. I think this is what we were talking about the other day. How we're not going to talk Bill Cosby anymore because this is going to be about Donald Trump and Hillary. But it's pretty sad that after 30 years of career, and I'm talking about Hillary Clinton, whether it was good or bad, it's pretty sad that this is the way she'll be remembered uh, by a scandal. Kind of like what a way of closing, especially if she doesn't win. It's people are going to remember the last things, right? So it whatever she did, I didn't really follow 30 years, but whatever she did in 30 years, the last years people will remember WikiLeaks and FBI.
Well,
And
okay, Fonzie, let me interrupt you.
mhm.
Can you name one single thing that she did for this country that was that that helped our country? One, just one.
I never agreed with their foreign affair policies because I don't agree with anything, not just her, but any of the other people did in the Middle East. None of them. So, as a Secretary of State, I don't think I can support her. But there are definitely other things out there that she probably did. Maybe rules, regulations that she supported that are probably not maybe either as essential or as dangerous as Middle East stuff. But I'm not saying this because I like her. I'm just saying that it's pretty sad for her that she keeps bringing up all this stuff that she did for communities and when she worked as a lawyer and all these things. And in the last
Hold
days
on.
of her life,
No,
she's done with
not
WikiLeaks and FBI.
not sad for her, sad for our country. She uh, Benghazi,
Right?
all the emails, constant lying, 30 plus years of nothing.
Right. I read some of the Benghazi stuff, and it was shocking to me to read how long it took to send people there, our guys, to rescue the lives.
Well, they didn't go. They didn't. No. How long it took? No,
Yeah,
they never went.
yeah. And there was an order sent hours later, and even after an order was sent, nothing was done, and it's pretty sad for a lot of us. And I think that she's probably having a stomach ache and all sorts of pain because the last 30 years of her life, they'll be remembered. The last 30 years of her political career may be remembered as Benghazi, WikiLeaks, and FBI, and that is pretty sad for a lot of us too. I think so.
But her words, her exact words were, "At this point, what difference does it make?"
Right.
And that was regarding Benghazi.
That was probably one of the worst comments she could have ever made in Congress. At this point, what difference does it make? I think that is one that we also remember so much because I think it upset a lot of people.
I didn't know those people that died, obviously.
No.
But, oh, man. And I do not get offended by anything. But
it's very hard. It's very hard to offend you, I think.
It most certainly is.
I think it's very difficult to offend you. But that
right there,
that tested your Adamness.
It most certainly did. I was not very happy there.
Yes. I wasn't, and I'm the kind of guy who, okay, I watch the news and I listen to this, I listen to that, and I had to read the report. I said, I'm going to read this thing. I'm going to go online and search like I do sometimes. And wow, I was shocked. You read the Benghazi report? I went to their website where they have the Benghazi findings.
Yeah.
And it's just, and the whole narrative of, they even have a video. I think is that Congress guy Gowdy is his name. And they have a video where they explain the time and what happened at every hour. And I thought, wow. And I kept thinking about the Iraq invasion. I thought, when we wanted to invade Iraq, didn't it happen rather quickly, to invade another country? And I thought all this time I kept thinking, this was an embassy. We could have gone there right away and kicked some butt. Why didn't it happen? It's beyond comprehension.
Oh, it's unbelievable. During that time, she was Secretary of State.
Right. So, my point earlier was just that I think it is very sad, not just for all of us, but I think if she wanted to be remembered as a good politician, the last years, if she doesn't win at least, she'd be remembered for Benghazi, WikiLeaks, and the FBI. And that is not very good. And because you brought up the Bill Cosby stuff, and the same thing for Bill Cosby, whatever he did in the last 30 years, you kind of, this thing that happened to him, you just kind of have to wonder, wow, this guy.
The reason I brought that up is because that's another distraction from what's really going on. Nobody gives a crap about what Bill Cosby did back in the 70s.
Well, apparently some women did, and they are very upset.
Oh, come on. There's got to be a statute of limitation. These women, oh, no, it's crazy. Yeah. That's baloney. Yeah. And you know it as good as I do.
Well, there is a statute of limitation, and there's also a statute of liberty. And,
there's that.
Yeah, well, they can say whatever they want, and that was a good one, you have to admit. That was pretty good, wasn't it?
It was. I will admit.
There's a Statue of Liberty. Anyway, I'm gonna get lots of hits. I'm gonna get a lot of hits on that. But
I hope you do.
Yeah, but something. and I think a lot of people take this for granted. And it sometimes is just a bunch of dirt. But something about America is that you're free to say whatever you want. However, you are not guilty, right? Even if people say all these things, you're not guilty until proven in a court of law. And
That's not true, Fonzie. That's not true.
oh,
If you are a white police officer,
right. Oh, here we go.
you see where I'm going?
Yes. Okay.
I don't even need to finish, do
Right. No, you took that turn, and I saw the corner, and I can see what's around the corner already. I have mirror vision.
I? That's right.
Yes, I see what's going on. Yeah, well, you're right. But anyway, going back to the Trumpo deal and the Hillary, you bring up a good point. 30 years of working, a billionaire guy with all this women around and all this stuff, working the pageant for many years. And then we have all these accusations, and he claims that it is the media, and he claims that it's a rigged thing, and that people brought it up. What would you say to all these women, though?
Didn't Hillary Clinton say that they were dead broke when they left the White House? When
Are we talking about the accusers of Donald Trump, or you mean, or the
no,
Clintons?
no, when the Clintons, when Bill Clinton left the White House after his last when he had to leave because it was a second deal,
Right.
Hillary Clinton said they were dead broke.
I remember that.
Okay. Now, how is it all of a sudden, within 8 years, they have more money than you and I and all of your listeners put together?
Which is about one right now, but it's recorded
Well,
anyway. Yeah.
Okay, let's say you had 58 listeners.
all
Doesn't
three.
matter.
My subscribers. My subscribers.
There you go.
There you go.
But how does that work? All of a
Well,
sudden, she's a multi-millionaire.
Yes. Well, and she did lots of conferencing and lots of speeches, and as you know,
And
yeah.
and pulled in a lot of money from the Middle East. And that's proven,
Right.
is it not?
She's done lots of speeches, and people pay for those speeches because they want to have insightful information.
And she's gotten a lot of money from the Middle East.
Right.
Is that not true?
She's received support from Saudi Arabia.
Okay, come on. Now your liberal side is coming out.
No, I'm not.
I wouldn't say
I'm not.
I wouldn't say support. I would say money.
Money. Well, financial assistance.
Money.
Money. Right. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
But then
That's
again,
all I want to hear.
Yeah, but then again, Saudi has supported many candidates. It's not. I mean, it's not like she's the only one. Saudi Arabia supports other people,
But not like they do her.
and
Mhm.
and as I remember, almost every president who has served the country in the White House, when they go to Saudi Arabia, they go and kiss the hand of the king over there, and they say hello, and they're supposed to be our friends, right? Even though we are so different in values and system, for whatever reason, our presidents just love Saudi Arabia, and our administrations love Saudi Arabia. Now, I have to give it to Donald Trump. He's probably one of the only ones that has criticized this. He has said, why are we not, I guess he's saying, why are we with Saudi Arabia when they're, they chop off the heads of people and they mistreat gays and all these things. But before Donald Trump, I think everybody else kind of had to work with them. I don't like it. I never did. But he's the only one, I think, as of today, one of the only political candidates who's brought it up. And it's something that I think I mentioned before. People have been, are you still there? Yeah. People have been talking about it for a long time, and for whatever reason, nobody was Nobody had the guts to say it, you know. But
Well, that's not true at all. I'm sorry, man. I had to plug my
yeah,
phone in.
yeah. Well, at least
So,
as, and I'm talking about political presidential candidates. I mean, Bush people never criticized the Saudi Arabians like this
yes, they most certainly did. So did Ronald Reagan.
because they went over there and there are pictures of him hugging them and saying hello and hello guys, kissing their hands and all that stuff. And Barack Obama did the same thing. And so are we
No,
with
Barack Obama is that people.
oh, that people? Oh, here's the atom coming out now. And really, Saudi Arabia has so much money. Shouldn't they be taking care of the Middle East instead of us wasting all that money over there?
Well, the problem they have is uh, that, well, I'll just, oh, here we go. We're going to be brutally honest.
All right. Okay. Let's put the warning sign on the screen right now. All right.
I'm going to keep it, I'll keep it clean.
That's all right.
But
3, 2, 1. All right.
3, 2, 1, here we go.
Okay.
A law, I guess they call it a law, aloha, whatever.
Right. I know this.
They, it's the oil deal with Allah.
Okay. Wow. Well, that summarizes it right there. That it's the oil deal. I know about the oil deal. I think a lot of it has to do with the oil deal. Now the other thing, that's a religion thing, and I actually have studied some of this stuff, but they'll just stick with the oil right now. No pun intended. But stick with the oil.
Well, I had to plug my phone in.
Well, I guess what we were saying is that I guess what you're trying to say is that you are a Trump supporter. Then this is who you think should be the next president of the United States.
Well, no. What I'm saying is that's the best opportunity we have. That's all we got.
Yeah, and I've seen this before, and that's the reason why I'm considering everything. There was a time when there have been a few times around the world in history where people have promised to fix your problems, and it gets to the point when everyone is so desperate that they take almost anyone who says, I will fix your problems. And I don't know if you remember, there was one of the presidents of Mexico, his name is Vicente Fox, who actually criticized Trump so much and even said a curse word. But
I actually met that guy.
Vicente Fox. So he promised to do so much in Mexico. Everybody loved it. And the moment I stopped believing in him is when he said, I don't know if it was a slip, but he said, I will fix the country in 100 days. That's when I thought, okay, no, that's unrealistic. You're fooling us. Everybody was like, yes, this is the man. This is the Messiah of Mexican political system. And what happened? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. The same thing happens with all those countries. We have a lot of poverty, Latin America. You have all the socialist people coming in and they're saying, we're going to fix you up. We're going to feed you and we're going to give you all these things. And people love stuff like that. So all I'm saying is, just be careful when we see something like this. And I think that's what's going through the minds of the undecided voters. That we still have undecided voters out there. The ones that we were talking about on that trend. And I have a feeling that that's what's going on. They're thinking, well, it sounds beautiful. I'll do a Donald Trump right now. It sounds beautiful. And and I don't know what you think about that. I mean, is that a valid thing? I mean, do you give them credit?
That's fair.
Do you give them credit for that?
no, what you're saying is a fair statement, but at the same time, I, eh, I, you've got to trust
You've got
Donald
right,
over Hillary.
right.
I mean, she's been caught in how many lies?
Lots of
Can
them.
you count them?
Yes.
You will
I
run out of fingers and toes.
right. I may not have enough. Right. That's exactly what the other uh, presidents or leaders in other countries said too. They say, well, these guys have lied to you. I will fix your problems. And, you know, nothing happened. I guess it is an unknown because one of them has proven to you that it has lied. And the other one, well, you don't know. And that's what's happened in other countries before. In fact, it happened in Germany when Hitler promised all these things. Of course, that was more of a crooked deal. That was like a really twisted idea of fixing things. But I know it's happened for sure in Latin America and in Mexico not too long ago with Vicente Fox, that it is a natural tendency for humans to say, yes, I'm tired of this, and yeah, fix it for me, please. And I think the undecided voter is that one, the one who is not as optimistic maybe as Adam, for example.
And that's why I'm hoping this web thing that you got going on,
Right?
I can.
Right. You can say your piece and say your rowdiness and your stuff.
No, if I can change the heart of one person, even if it goes, obviously I'm voting Trump or
Right.
already did.
Yes.
Even if I, even if my opinion sways that person to go to Hillary,
Right.
so be it. So long as you voted, that's all I care
Well,
about. Vote.
and you bring up an important point. I think what happens is we want the voter to make a decision with the most information possible to them and as much as they can have around them and as much information as they available, good information and from objective sources so they can make a good decision. The more information and good information they can have, the better for America, I think, because I think the mainstream media has done an awful job at educating the public. In fact, I don't think they've done a good job at all. And I think what's happening with social media and YouTube and Facebook is that lots of people are beginning to realize that, my goodness, the information we find on YouTube and on Facebook sometimes is more reliable and more objective than what's happening in the mainstream media. And don't get me wrong, the mainstream media is also on social media, but you can identify them. You can say, well, wait a minute, this Twitter account and this Facebook account, these are from MSN, these are from Fox News, these are from CNN. And I think people are really not trusting them as much as they used to.
And why would they?
And exactly. And you and I, we're kind of the same in that sense. We like to watch both sides and we kind of see the game and we see how they play it. I do that. Also on the websites, I go to the websites and I read on one side and I read on the other side and I wonder, my goodness, what are they feeding the American public? What are they feeding the American voter? It's just disgusting. And I'm so glad that a lot of people like you and I are kind of going online and a lot of all these channels are springing up and we're saying enough. The mainstream media is sort of like a trembling, sick dinosaur right now who's about to die if they don't pay attention, I think. What do you say to that?
I got a lot to say about it, but
that's enough for another show, I think.
Well, what I'm afraid of is this is. I have a lot of notes, And
We'll come back to it.
well,
I think we started with Bill Cosby because of the 30 years, and then the Benghazi and the WikiLeaks and Donald Trump, and we've gone around.
no, I just don't want to spill. I don't want to spill all my beans yet. I want to get multiple people in here. Right now, I believe it's just you and I, right?
But it's getting recorded. It's going to be out there.
Yeah, and then I don't want to be a repetitive ding dong.
You don't want to spill all the beans, and I'm dying for you to spill all the beans. I'm Mexican, and I like beans.
No, you used to be a Mexican.
Well,
You told me that.
Yes.
You told me that.
I should clarify that of Mexican descent. I usually tell people I'm as American as apple pie and Taco Bell.
Ladies and gentlemen, just so you know,
Go ahead.
Alfonso and I used to work together, and he would tell me,
yes,
when I used to be a Mexican,
right,
I would do XYZ. That's a true story.
I used to go to Juanita's Tacos. Now I go to Taco Bell. Yes. I used to eat jalapenos. Now I eat jalapenos. Big difference. Big difference. Some are from Mexico. The other ones are from HEB. I love those. Anyway, it's been great talking to you. I think this is going to be fantastic. Thank you for being.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for being on this one. We'll come back. I don't know when you want to come back to the show. Maybe tomorrow, and let me know what your agenda is, and we'll continue. Everyone out there, thank you for watching. We'll have to cut it right now. It's bedtime for me in West Texas, and it's bedtime for. Is it bedtime for you, Adam, already?
Absolutely. I got to work in the morning, man.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. If you like what you watch right now, if you love this experience, we are objective, or at least we try, and Adam is there, and we'll be back. If you like this, subscribe to the channel, share it. We'll be back soon, hopefully tomorrow in a few hours. Adam, anything you want to say? Goodbye, good night, or something like that?
Hey, just anybody out there,
right?
Bring your friends. Bring your friends.
That's right. All right.
We'll have a good, clean talk.
Yes. All right. Well, thanks. And we'll see you guys next time.